In 2.4, we'll be solving polynomial equations with zero product property and factoring. So what is the product property? So basically what it means is that if there's two variables and the product is zero, either x or y has to be equal to zero. So x could be equal to zero or y could be equal to zero. Okay, so if you're going to have something like x plus 5 times x minus 2 and it equals to 0, this is zero product property. And so that means that x plus 5 has to be equal to 0 or x minus 2 has to be equal to 0. So one or the other has to be equal to 0 because they're being multiplied. And if one of them is 0 and the other one's not 0, then it will be 0. Okay, so let's figure it out. So minus 5 from this side, minus 5 from this side. That means that x has to be equal to negative 5 or x has to be equal to, add 2 to this side, add 2 to this side, x has to be equal to 2. So it has to be one of these or the answer will not be correct because it will have two different options. Okay, now let's do another example. X times 2x minus 6 equals 0. Okay, this is also still a zero product property. And since one of these has to be equal to 0, x could either be 0, and that would work, or 2x minus 6 could be equal to 0. One of them has to be 0 so that the answer is 0. This one's already solved, and so let's solve this one. We add 6 to this side, we add 6 to this side. Now there's 2x equals 6. We divide both sides by 2, and then we get x equals 3. So x can either be 3 or x could be 0. And both answers will work and solve the equation. Now let's go to another problem. This is going to be a bit longer. Negative 3 times x plus 2 times x minus 3 times 2x plus 7. And let's add one more, x plus 1 squared equal to 0. So let's start at the beginning. Over here, this is negative 3. But since negative 3 is we can divide both sides, let's divide this side by negative 3, and let's divide 0 by negative 3. 0 divided by negative 3 is also 0, so we can get rid of that. This is out, and this is still 0. Okay, now it's x plus 2. So x plus 2 could be 0, and only one of these has to be 0. Or x minus 3 could be 0, or 2x plus 7 could be 0. And since x plus 1 squared, we only really need one x plus 1 because one of those has to be 0. So x plus 1 equals 0. Okay, so let's solve these. You can subtract 2 from this side, subtract 2 from this side, and you're going to get x equals negative 2. Or you can add 3 to this side, add 3 to this side, and x equals 3. Or you can subtract 7 from this side, subtract 2 from this side. And so then now you have 2x equals 7, negative 7, and you can divide by 2 from both sides. And then you get x has to be 7 over 2. Negative 7 over 2. And this one, you can subtract 1, and you get x equals to negative 1. So any of these can be the answer. Just add some ors over here. Okay, now let's move on. Now, this one could be an example you could get too. 4x squared plus 12x equals 0. But this is not a zero product property because it's not multiplication, and product is multiplication. So let's convert it into multiplication. 4 and 12 can have some similarities. We can prime factor, and we can find the factors. So 4 is 4 times 1, and 12 is 4 times 3, meaning that we can do convert into distributive property and factor the binomials. So and the x, this can split into x times x, and this x can only split into x. So what's similar here? 4 is similar, and x is similar. So that means we can turn it into 4x, and what's remaining? On this side, there's 1 and x. And on this side, there's 3 remaining. So x plus 3. And there's 0, so that equals 0. Okay? Now it's a multiplication problem. So now we know that 4x has to be equal to 0, or x plus 3 can be equal to 0. So now let's solve them. Okay, if you divide both sides by 4, 0 divided by 4 is still 0, so x can be equal to 0, or you can subtract 3 from here, and subtract 3 from here, and then you get x equals negative 3. So the answers to this problem are x equals 0 or x equals negative 3. Let's make a new page. Okay, this problem is a bit different. Let's do 10a squared equals to 8a. Okay? Let's add 10a squared on this side, and let's add 10a squared on this side, so that we can move them both on one side of the equation. And then we'll have 0 on one side. So now the equation is 0 equals 8a plus 10a squared. We can also move this around because it doesn't matter what side there are on the equals. So you can do 8a plus 10a squared equals 0. Now let's find the factors and convert it into a multiplication problem using the zero product property. What can 8 be? It can be 4 times 2 times a. And what can 10 be? It can be 5 times 2 times a times a. What's similar in these? 2 is similar and a is similar. So the parentheses, let's move it up here, 2a and times what's remaining? 4 on this side. And on this side, there's 5 and a remaining. And there's an addition sign. So 4 plus 5a equals 0. Now that it's multiplication, we know that 2a can become 2a equals 0. And this one can become 5a plus 4 equals 0. Okay, so let's solve these and get the final answers. Divide these both sides by 2. And a is equal to 0, or let's subtract the side by 4, subtract the side by 4. Now it's 5a equals negative 4, and let's divide both sides by 5. So now a is equal to 0, or a is equal to negative 4 over 5. And that is our answer.